So good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the advertised auction sale of 22 Hobsons Place here in the city. It's great to see so many familiar faces here this morning, and to those of you who have registered to bid with confidence. The vendors have just signed off on all variations that you may have asked for in terms of deposit or settlement. If you haven't registered and you've stumbled across, you've on your way to the market and you've seen this great little place and you thought, geez, that would be a top little property in the city, come in. Mari's very happy to get you registered. You can take part. Just don't leave it right to the end. That's where it starts getting a bit uncomfortable for us. But if you want to register, you can still register now if you want to. So the format for today's auction, really straightforward. If you've been to auctions before, they don't really change that often. I'll be up here just talking a little bit of info about the auction process, the property itself, what's included, what's excluded, all those sorts of things. If anyone has any questions, I know we've answered quite a few questions throughout the campaign and here again this morning, but if you have a late question, sing out. We'll try to do our best to answer that for you. Now, by way of introduction, to my left is McWilliam, who most of you would have met in the last 3 to 4 weeks of the campaign. My name is McWilliam. We make up a very original name. It's called Team McWilliam. We're here on behalf of Harcourt's Brock Williams to be your auctioneers today, and we represent our vendors and we wish them all the best for a successful sale this morning. Now, as I said, the format doesn't change very often for auctions. Successful purchaser, they'll be asked to step forward, sign a cash unconditional contract, deposit. That can be paid over the weekend via EFT transfer or on Monday. We'll give you the bank details, so that's no worries. Whoever is the successful purchaser, we strongly recommend that you get insurance cover, just to cover your insurance interest, equitable interest in the property. So talk to your insurance broker today or on Monday, just to get a cover note over the property. And then depending on your settlement period, whether it's 30, 45, 60 days, you'll get free access to the property on that day when the actual settlement will take place via your conveyance, and we'll hand over the keys and you can enjoy your new property. Now, there are things that come and go when you buy a property. This one's pretty standard. There's nothing out of the ordinary with this one. Basically, all the loose furniture, carpets, all those sorts of things, artwork, that'll all be gone. Things that stay, all the fixtures, fittings, all the things you'd expect, you know, the air conditioner, the stove, the kitchen benches, they'll all be staying with the property. So it's pretty stock standard, there's no drama. It's been in the contract for the past 3 clear business days, and it's also been on display here for the past 30 minutes or so. So you should have taken the opportunity to have a look at that and know what's included with the property. Now, the property that we offer to you today, ladies and gentlemen, is known as 22 Hobsons Place here in Adelaide. And I'll just pause so we don't get run over. To you, ladies and gentlemen, 22 Hobsons Place, Adelaide, being allotment 1 in deposited plan 12276, being the whole of the land in certificate of title, registered book volume 5215, folio 845. It is a Torrens title property, so there's nothing to worry about there. A few people have asked if it is strata or community. No, it is a Torrens title property. As I said, these have been on display past 30 minutes or so, but if anyone has a question at the moment, we're more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. We're very lucky. We always seem to deal with a very well-educated crowd. They know what they're doing. They don't seem to ask too many questions, so that's great. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason you're here is to try to secure this great little property. I've actually met lady here, and I'm not sure if she's here now, that it was her dad's property, and he used to have a business in the market. She grew up here as a young girl, and they loved it. Just the location, you could wander into the market, you could get to the parklands. You really were beautifully central to all that Adelaide has to offer, and that nothing's changed really. The current owner rides his bike around the city or jumps on the free transport with the trams, the buses. It really is a beautifully central location. There is a parking permit that you can get from the City Council, so there is parking available in specific zones around here as well if you do have a car, so that's taken care of as well. But really is just one of those, you know, that cosmopolitan location. You've got a little bar on the corner, a couple of cafes nearby, and you're just 300 or 400 metres to, you Adelaide's world famous central market. What more could you want? Go in there for some great food, beautiful restaurants, getting all that produce, come back and cook up a storm in the comfort of your own property. If you work in the city, you could probably even walk to work as well. It really is a fantastic location, and that's why there's so many of you here who have registered, because you recognise that. You recognise the value of this location and city real estate. Now the property itself couldn't get much cuter. Walk in, you've got that lovely little lounge there with the gas fire and the split system air conditioning. Nice big bedroom, plenty of room for adding extra storage if you wanted to with some built-ins. But you've also got the benefit of that drop-down ladder setup where there's some storage up in the roof space as well. So sometimes with these little cottages, storage can be a problem, but that's a really good fix, I think, for some extra storage. And then through to the kitchen, out the back of the courtyard and up to the rooftop deck there. Really is a great little property. I really hope that you put your hand up. Encourage you to put your hand up. I know a lot of you have been here 2, 3, 4 times, so that's really a testament to the interest there has been in this property. Been quoting $380,000. I think you have to agree that's realistic expectations for a property like this. Really is probably entry level into the city and such a great location that we've got today. So I'm not going to go on and on. I told the owners in there I'm not going to go on and on. They want to see what happens. They want to see who wants to put their hand up. So we'd like to get this underway. Who'd like to get us underway for 22 Hobsons Place here in the city? Who'd like to get us started?
$395,000.
395,000 with number 76. Thank you, sir. 395,000 we have now. At 395,000 now, I'll take your $5,000 rises in time if it helps. At 395 now, clearly bid and offered, big bold bid. Don't let that put you off. You never know, it could be their limit. At 395 we have now, take me to 400 if you will. At 395, clearly bid and offered in the front. At 395 now, is anyone hiding around the corner? Someone's on the phone talking to the bank. At 395 now, first offer here at 395. Saw a bit of a twitch there, sir. You take us to 400. We're at 395. This man's in the box seat. So what happens with auctions, if we don't get to the reserve price, we'll negotiate with the highest bidder in the first instant. So this person certainly got that position at the moment, the top position. So who'd like to take it from him? 400 is what we're looking for. We've got 395, take us to 400 if you will. First call at 395. 400, number 77. Fresh bidder in at 400,000, thank you sir. 405 can I say?
405.
At 405 now, number 76 is back in at 405. At 410 now. 410 can I say? We're looking for nods at this stage, this early stage, no shakes. 405 here, bids against you. 410 can I say? At 405 now. The first call. At 405 for the second call. 410. Got plenty of time. 410 can I say? 2.5, how does that help you? Makes life hard for the bookkeeper, but we're here to get as much for the owner as we can. So we're at 405 now, clearly bid and offered. We're on the second call, 407.5. Thank you, sir, at 407.5 now, bidder number 77. I'll do the same for you, sir. 410's the next bid. We're at 407.5. Take your 410 if you're still in it.
415,000.
415,000. Thank you very much, sir. At 415, big bold bid number 76. Stay with your 2.5s if it helps. At 415 now, there's a number of you who have registered and haven't bid. Now's the time to get involved. We're at 415,000 now, clearly bid and offered in the front. At 415,000 now, take me to 417.5. At 415 now we have. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, if there's no further bidding, the property is going to be sold. We're definitely on the market, the property will be sold. So at 415,000 now, looking for 2,500 on top of that. At 415, first call. Second call. twitching there, sir? I'm looking in the wrong direction. 417.5, bidder number 75. At 417.5, thank you, sir. Don't leave it quite so long next time. At 417.5, back to you, sir.
425,000.
425 with number 76, and 430 with bidder number 75, was it? 430 we have. 430 now. Confirm that bid at 430.
435,000.
435 is back in at 435. Now we're getting serious. At 435, number 76. 440, can I say? At 435, 440. Or you can go to 450, I don't really mind. 435, 435,000. At 435,000 now. You can see what this location does to people. What a great location. What a great property. What a great opportunity to secure your future here in the city. At 435, 440 if you like. At 435 now for the first call. At 435,000 now, clearly bid and offered in the front for the second call. The third and final call. I'll take you 2.5. That's 437.5 with bidder number 75. 440, can I say? Or you're back in at 440. 440? Yep, 440 with number 76. 2.5, I'll take you 2.5. At 440 now. At 440 now. At 440 now, first call at 440. At 440,000 now. At 440, first call. Second call. Third and final call. All done? All silent? So once the hammer falls, sir, we can't reopen the bidding. We're going to be selling it. First call, where are we, mate?
440,000.
440 here, make sure we're selling it to the right person. So at 440 now, first call, second call, third and final call. You out, sir? You in? 442.5. Bidder number 75. I think have a wise person next to you encouraging you to bid. At 442.5, 445. 445 now, he's back in number 76 at 445. At 445. At 445. Quick bids are the way to go now, you might just think you've got more money. At 445 now, number 76. At 445 now, number of you still registered, don't be scared, put your hand up. At 445 now, central bid here, 445, first call. Second call. Third and final call. I'm holding up 3 things. Yep, third and final call. We all done? All silent? Take 1,000 if it helps. First call, second call, third and final call. 446 we have. At 446 now.
448,000.
448, he likes throwing in odd numbers at us, but that's great. 448, number 76. At 448,000, he's hard to shake. At 448,000 now. At 448,000 now. It's the way you do it. You start the bidding, you keep going through. You don't pull out right near the end. So 448 for the first call. At $448,000 for the second call. For the third and final call, 449. 449, 450. 450, so we're at 449 with 75. We're at 450 now with 76. At 76, $450,000 now. At $450,000 now. At $450,000. You who have registered and you haven't bid, imagine if you find another one with a car park. What's it going to be worth then? Now's the time to buy. It's great value. At 450,000 here. At 450 now. First call at 450. Second call. I'll still take thousands if it helps. At 450 now on the second call. Third and final call. Bids right here. Third and final call, we're at 450. Kept me hanging before, come on. Talk to the boss. Self. Thank you for your bidding, sir. Anyone else? This is going to be it. At 450 we have first call, second call, third and final call. We all done? We all silent? We are all sold. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you very much. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending another successful Team McWilliam auction. If you're thinking of selling, we'd love to have a chat to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Well done.